Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the snow kind of situation. We've had a decent amount of snow in the last 24 hours, which I'll get into now. Just scrolling through Twitter here, the UK snow hashtag. You can see actually quite a lot of snow from Somerset, South Wales. Here you can see those pictures. 8 centimetres of snow in Surrey, so quite significant amounts really. Looks like Surrey is kind of one of the hot spots, as you can see there. Snow in Somerset as well, a couple of centimetres. Chiltern's had a decent amount, and you can see Shropshire, heavy snow there. The North Downs looks like they got a decent covering with pretty strong winds as well. That's South of Wales. That's part of Warwickshire's there. So basically you can see a fairly decent amount of snow across much of southern Britain last night, and you can see there, looks like it's not so much UK snow stuff there, but if I show you, this is one of my favourite weather websites from weatherquest.co.uk, and it's kind of a map showing all the different snow reports from these kind of, basically anyone, like you can do it, anyone can do it. That's the link at the top there, so just go on there and just have a look yourself because it's a lot of fun. And also you can see you can submit reports, so if you had any snow last night, just submit a report because it can just kind of really help with verification, making maps and that kind of thing. But you can really strongly see with the zone of the heaviest snow was quite a lot of snow across South Wales, multiple measurements of 10 centimetres there, which is pretty significant, though it was over high ground, and then kind of more like 2 to 5 centimetres in the lower ground around South Wales. Fairly significant amount over southwest England, parts of Somerset kind of reaching 10 centimetres there near Bath, and then kind of a lull in the snow reports around here, but you can still see covering of snow in places. And then we get another pickup of the snow reports with multiple kind of significant totals of 8, 9, 10 centimetres kind of around areas just to the south of London, Royal Tunbridge Wells around there, Sevenoaks, Epsom, Surrey. You can see kind of Aldershot, Tadley there, Thatcham, Tadley with 10 centimetres, so quite significant amount of snow there. Possibly a local kind of pocket of more snow around Kent, but then you can see moving into London a bit less snow, more of a dusting, though over some of the high grounds of the kind of hills of northwest London above kind of 100 metres or so, looks like there was some accumulation there, but that's kind of already happened now. If we turn our attention to what's going to happen in the next few hours, you can see we've got this big snow band, this big band of rain and precipitation pushing it into parts of southern England, and then we have this kind of weaker band of moderate to heavy snow across parts of kind of the North Midlands and East Anglia. That's unlikely to settle during the afternoon, but as the sun goes down, this could start to settle in this region. But then our main attention will turn towards kind of this band here. Precipitation type is mainly rain and sleet at the moment, and you can see it's relatively heavy in places, kind of moving in a east-northeasterly direction like that. And actually, temperatures right now aren't too favourable for snow. Ideally, we want temperatures of kind of 0 to 2 degrees, and a dew point of 0 or below degrees. And you can see most areas still kind of having dew points of 1, 2 degrees, a couple spots around 0, but we're not really going to get that snow falling where we've got dew points above 0 degrees. But as we go on through the evening, the sun's weakening now, and then it will soon set. What's going to happen is our temperature is going to decrease widely to probably below 0. And what's going to happen is we're likely to see this band turning to significant snow across basically the Midlands. I don't think anywhere south of kind of this zone, actually no, not even there. I really doubt that anyone kind of south of this line is going to see much or any extra snowfall tonight. But areas apart from that, you can see we've got a snow and ice warning out, lasting till 7 AM tomorrow. And you can see that we have another chance of kind of snow, especially during central England. And you can see 2 to 4 centimetres fairly widely, with some locations, especially over high grounds, seeing 5 to 10 centimetres. And then ice is a risk as well. You can see just about gets into kind of northern Greater London, parts of kind of southwest, central, southern England. But the main warning area is for Wales and the Midlands into East Anglia. So I'll show you some of the forecast depths across parts of England and Wales, and you can see, let's not use this model, this is the icon model, and you can see kind of sleet and snow becoming more widespread during the evening. By 7 o'clock there's our band across parts of the Midlands, and then you can see kind of clears away by the early hours of the morning, leaving around kind of 1 to 5 centimeters relatively widely. And you can kind of see the region where it's going to be the highest, especially through kind of Wales and then parts of central England, and north kind of London is going to be right on the cusp of that boundary. I reckon that the very northern portion of the London might see a bit of snow, but further south I don't think they're going to see any snow. This is just one model though. If we take a look at the arpegge model, you can see similar thing here, though the snow totals are a bit higher, potentially as much as 6 to 7 centimeters possible. We can take a look there. Similar solution to the icon, just kind of heavier snow rates, but that snow's likely going to start in the next few hours and then clear by the early morning. Let's look at the Rome, more high resolution model, and you can see similar thing. Bulk of the snow is going to be over kind of central England and the Midlands, as we've been kind of talking about, and this kind of looks probably the most accurate so far. So I reckon that kind of looking at these kind of charts, probably we're going to see these kind of accumulations 5 to 10 centimeters across Wales, but kind of 1 to 5 centimeters across the Midlands. And I'll just draw the area where I think we're going to see the most snow. So I think good confidence in this region in here, seeing a decent covering of snow. There's a bit of uncertainty regarding how far south it gets, but this region I think could see 1 to 5 centimeters or so locally more. So that's tonight's threat out of the way. That will be all done by the early hours of tomorrow morning, and then our attention really turns to Thursday and Friday. We still have continued warnings for snow and ice across parts of northeast England and Scotland, but then notice we've got that big amber warning and a lot of other snow warnings. I'll just move to Friday so it's kind of just these warnings across mainly northern England, but also the Wales, Midlands, Northern Ireland and southern Scotland. Let's take a look at that yellow snow warning first. Comes into force at 7 AM tomorrow and lasts until 2 PM on Friday, and you can see likely to see an area of low pressure with snow developing. Snow will likely to turn to sleet or rain at lower elevations and in the coasts, but there's a kind of a small chance of 2 to 5 centimeters falling in cities like Manchester, Liverpool and Newcastle, but significant accumulation still possible over the hills, especially above kind of 100 meters and 200 meters and higher. There's going to be the chance of blizzard conditions, 40-mile-an-hour winds, as much as 40 centimeters of snow over the higher ground there. And then our amber warning, that's the main warning, comes into force at 3 o'clock and lasts until 12. Let's take a look. You can see a few cities in here. The main cities kind of just to the east of Manchester, but Burnley, Huddersfield, Wakefield, Leeds, Sheffield, Bradford, these kind of areas. I mean, I was in Leeds like a couple of weeks ago, so I'm a bit sad I'm not there now, but I've still seen snow, so I can't complain. Anyways, these regions are going to see snow quite widely, 10 to 20 centimeters, which is a lot of snow, and some places seeing 30 to 40 centimeters. And there's going to be kind of really strong winds as well, or not really strong winds, but especially over high ground. We're going to see, I got up quite early this morning to look at the snow, so I'm a bit tired, but especially over the high ground you can see 30 to 40 centimeters, and there's going to be blizzard conditions and drifting of the snow. Some local communities, some of these smaller towns, could easily get cut off by Friday lunchtime. And I'll show you some of the models, what they're showing at the minute. We'll try and just use the high resolution models, and you can see during Friday, there's our low pushing in. Initially snow during Thursday morning and afternoon across the North Midlands. That's going to turn to rain. Potentially a spell of snow across Northern Ireland and Ireland during Thursday evening, but then across the high ground in this region, that's where our attention really focuses. Heavy snow, and a lot of heavy snow as well, during the Thursday evening. You can see as much as kind of 10 to 15 centimeters there, with the chance of strong winds, especially over the high ground. Look at that, just to the east of Manchester. Could be some pretty nasty conditions. And then what actually happens is that the precipitation swings to the south. We get another spell of snow across Wales and the North Midlands during Friday morning. and then the precipitation shifts away with a small chance of snow through eastern areas, and you can kind of see the final totals for that event, with mainly that kind of amber area covered across also parts of Wales as well, and Ireland. And then let's take a look at this model. You can already see it's a lot more extreme. Let's kind of see what it's showing. Similar thing, snow across Wales, Southern Ireland, and the Midlands, eventually spreading north. This is likely going to be turning sleety by Thursday lunchtime. Parts of Ireland possibly still snow, but high ground kind of in that corridor, which we've been shown again and again by the Met Office and the models, likely to remain snow. And then during the evening becomes more widespread snow. Big pulse of precipitation on this particular model, and some very heavy snow totals coming in there. Before that precipitation shifts south, with a chance of some wintry elements across southern England on Friday morning. And you can see totals for this are a lot more significant than the other models. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised for something like this were to verify. 1 to 5 centimeters across lower ground, but in that corridor, as much as 30 centimeters of snow. And so that basically makes sense. And I'll just draw a quick kind of graphic just to show you what I'm talking about. So let's just also check out the snow for Scotland. Not too significant there, but basically let me just show you the snow depth, what I'm thinking. So I reckon on the second threat we're going to get kind of Ireland. I mean, I haven't looked too in detail on Ireland because I don't usually forecast there, but snow's possible across parts of Ireland during Thursday morning. Initially, I think this region is likely to see snow on Thursday. That's going to turn to sleet away from the coasts, but this kind of zone in here, I think is going to see a pretty significant event. Blizzards, drifting deep snow, as much as 20 to 40 centimeters of it. So this region, actually, let me just close out. I think probably it's going to be a bit smaller than that, actually. Probably more like in there. That's where I'd kind of look out for a pretty significant snow event. So if you are there, make sure you have kind of supplies, just in case anything happens. I'm sure you're probably used to it though. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much, and enjoy the snow.